Okay, we're doing part 2 of responsibility as a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Michael's going to pick it up on 229.
Okay, 229, Day of Homecoming. As sobriety means long life and happiness for the individual, so does unity mean exactly the same thing to our society as a whole. United we live, disunited we shall perish. We must think deeply of all those sick ones still to come to AA. As they try to make their return to faith and to life, we want them to find everything in AA that we have found, and yet more, if that be possible. No care, no vigilance, no effort to preserve AA's constant effectiveness and spiritual strength will ever be too great to hold us in full readiness for the day of their homecoming.
Okay, 255. Wider understanding. To reach more alcoholics, understanding of AA and public goodwill towards AA must go on growing everywhere. We need to be on still better terms with medicine, religion, employers, governments, courts, prisons, mental hospitals, and all enterprises in the alcoholism field. We need the increased goodwill of editors, writers, television, and radio channels. These publicity outlets need to be opened ever wider. Nothing matters more to AA's future welfare than the manner in which we use the colossus of modern communication. Used unselfishly and well, it can produce results surpassing our present imagination. Should we handle this great instrument badly, we shall be shattered by the ego manifestations of our own people. Against this peril, AA members' anonymity before the general public is our shield and our buckler.
271, AA in 2 words. All AA progress can be reckoned in terms of just 2 words, humility and responsibility. Our whole spiritual development can be accurately measured by our degree of adherence to these magnificent standards. Ever deepening humility accompanied by an ever greater willingness to accept and to act upon clear-cut obligations. These are truly our touchstones for all growth in the life of the Spirit. They hold up to us the very essence of right being and right doing. It is by them that we are enabled to find and to do God's will.
290. Time versus money. Our attitude toward the giving of time, when compared with our attitude toward giving money, presents an interesting contrast. We give a lot of our time to AA activities for our own protection and growth, but also for the sake of our groups, our areas, AA as a whole, and above all, the newcomer. Translated into terms of money, these collective sacrifices would add up to a huge sum. But when it comes to the actual spending of cash, particularly for AA, service overhead, many of us are apt to turn a bit reluctant. We think of the loss of all that earning power in our drinking years, of those sums we might have laid by for emergencies and for education of the kids. In recent years, this attitude is everywhere on the decline. It quickly disappears when the real need for a given AA service becomes clear. Donors can seldom see what the exact results have been. They well know, however, that countless thousands of other alcoholics and their families are being helped. 297.
297, the vision of the whole. But many of us have had to struggle for sobriety. Never yet has this fellowship had to struggle for lost unity. Consequently, we sometimes take this one gift for granted. We forget that should we lose our unity, The millions of alcoholics who still do not know might never get their chance. We used to be skeptical about large AA gatherings like conventions, thinking they might prove too exhibitionistic. But on balance, their benefit is huge. While each AA's interest should center principally in those about him and upon his own group, it is both necessary and desirable that we all get a larger vision of the whole. The General Service Conference in New York also produces this effect upon those who attend. It is a vision stretching process.
307, circle and triangle. Above us at the International Convention at St. Louis in 1955 floated a banner on which was inscribed the new symbol for AA, a circle enclosing a triangle. The circle stands for the whole world of AA, and the triangle stands for AA's three legacies: recovery, unity, and service. It is perhaps no accident that priests and seers of antiquity regarded this symbol as a means of warding off spirits of evil. When in 1955 we old-timers turned over our three legacies to the whole movement, nostalgia for the old days blended with gratitude for the great day in which I was now living. No more would it be necessary for me to act for, decide for, or protect AA. For a moment, I dreaded the coming change, but this mood quickly passed. The conscience of AA, as moved by the guidance of God, could be depended upon to ensure AA's future. Clearly, my job henceforth was to let go and let God.
317, vision beyond today. Vision is, I think, the ability to make good estimates, both for the immediate and for the more distant future. Some might feel this sort of striving to be heresy against one day at a time. But that valuable principle really refers to our mental and emotional lives and means chiefly that we are not foolishly to repine over the past nor wishfully to daydream about the future. As individuals and as a fellowship, we shall surely suffer if we cast the whole job of planning for tomorrow into a fatuous idea of providence. God's real providence has endowed us human beings with a considerable capability for foresight, and he evidently expects us to use it. Of course, we shall often miscalculate the future in whole or in part, but that is better than to refuse to think at all.
319, two authorities. Many people wonder how AA can function under seeming anarchy. Other societies have to have law and force and sanction and punishment administered by authorized people. Happily for us, we found that we need no human authority whatever. We have two authorities which are far more effective. One is benign, the other malign. There is God our Father, who simply says, I am waiting for you to do my will. The other authority is named John Barleycorn, and he says, you had better do God's will, or I will kill you. The AA traditions are neither rules, regulations, nor laws. We obey them willingly because we ought to and because we want to. Perhaps the secret of their power lies in the fact that these life-giving communications spring out of living experience and are rooted in love.
331, the great fact. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation, which you can do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to him that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is a great fact for us. To the newcomer, abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past, give freely of what you find, and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then.
Alrighty.
There's one more.
332. I am responsible. When anyone, anywhere, reaches out for help, I want the hand of Alcoholics Anonymous always to be there. For that, I am responsible. And that was the declaration of the 30th Anniversary International Convention in 1965. Dear friends, since 1938, the greatest part of my AA life has been spent in helping to create, design, manage, and ensure the solvency and effectiveness of AA's World Service, the office of which was enabled our fellowship to function all over the globe and as a unified whole. It is no exaggeration to say that under their trustees, these all-important services have accounted for much of our present size and overall effectiveness. The AA General Service Office is by far the largest single carrier of the AA message. It is well related AA to the troubled world in which we live. It has fostered the spread of our fellowship everywhere. AA World Service Incorporated stands ready to serve the speedy needs of any group or isolated individual, no matter the distance or language. Its many years of accumulated experience are available to all of us. The members of our trusteeship, the General Service Board of AA, will in the future be our primary leaders in all our world affairs. The high responsibility has long since been delegated to them. They are the successors in world service to Dr. Bob and to me. They are directly accountable to AA as a whole. This is the legacy of world service responsibility that we vanishing old-timers are leaving you, the AA of today and tomorrow. We know that you will guard, support, and cherish this world legacy as the greatest collective responsibility that AA has or ever can have. Yours in trust and affection, Bill.